Angry guy here, and white men say they don't want Keisha. Instead, they want Candace Owens. So many of you know that I put out a video recently where a Chad basically put his black girlfriend in check and let her know that she's only there for recreational use, and no one cared. Black guys were supporting him and laughing it up about it, and it's pretty interesting. And I pointed out that it's not that he doesn't like black women, rather he does not like black Western women, and she's in absolute denial. She's in absolute denial. All right. I joked about this, and I'll play some of the clip, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about further.
Told me he went on a family holiday, and I'm not invited because it's strictly just family. I'm looking on his sister's Instagram, his cousin's Instagram. Every single person's brought their partner, their kid, their dog, goldfish, and here's me at home, and he's lying to me. And I wanted to tell you properly. I wanted to wait if you were going to tell me, but since we come and told him every single thing in the world, can you please tell him why I've not met your family and why you lied to me that everyone wasn't bringing their girlfriend?
I've never dated a black girl, and I've never brought a black girl home.
I mean, guys, it's very interesting, right? So he's there, he's saying that my family isn't, my family does not have any problem with people of different ethnicities. And the truth of the matter is, if you look around YouTube, you'll see that there's a bunch of interracial couples on YouTube. There's a lot of black guys with white women. But when it comes down to black women and white men, almost all of these women are from Africa. I'm just being straight up real with y'all. Almost every single one of these women are from Africa. All right? Or they're the Candace Owens type chick. Let me show you this, guys. Look at the screen. So, someone commented on the video that I did regarding this, and they said, it's like I said before, non-black men, especially white men, see black women as someone for recreational use only. They may even go as far as being in a long-term relationship with them, but they're not wifing them up, right? And I responded, Brad doesn't want Keisha, but he'll happily marry Mfumfu from Kenya. Lucius then responds and says, deep down, we white men want a Candace Owens type of black girl if we date black. Basically, this is what's happening, and I talked about this. Men are going where they are appreciated. Women in Western society do not appreciate men. These are the women who destroyed their communities. I want you to look at her attitude towards this man. I want you to look at that masculine energy that is exuding from her. And then you wonder why he didn't bring her to meet his family? Because he didn't want that masculine energy. All right? It's not about ethnicity. It's about masculinity. All right? You don't want to bring a woman around that has a chip on her shoulder and a bad attitude. It doesn't matter how bad she is. She's attractive. She's a good-looking woman. But it's recreational use only. And that's what's happening to a lot of these women. And they don't seem to realize it. These are the same women that put black men out of their homes in the black community. And now they think that after these guys are leaving, they think they're going to go and switch it up. If Tyrone couldn't bring you happiness, what did you think was going to happen with Chad? Chad and Tyrone are cut from the same cloth. These women cannot seem to comprehend that their attitude has destroyed everything. It's unfortunate because when you talk about black women today, what people automatically think of is of Western black women. They think about the communities that they've left with major disparities, with many fatherless homes, single motherhood. This is the image that they have of black women around the world, but specifically in Western society. All these black women that think they're going to go to other countries and do the passport system thing, it's not happening for them. One, the men in these countries, they want women who are fit, feminine and friendly. And these ladies that are going over there that are deep in their masculine energy, they don't have any of that. They don't have any of that. They're not fit. They're not they're not friendly. They're not masculine. They're not fit. They're not feminine. Feminine. They're not friendly, but they are masculine. They are deep into their masculine energy and deep into their masculine identity. And the men are running away from that. Men in their own countries don't want that. And they think they're going to go to another country and the men over there are going to want that. And on top of that, the men over there don't make the kind of money that men in Western society make. They don't have that kind of money to provide for these women. These women are completely disconnected from reality around us. And now they're finding out what's up. They're not going to find a millionaire overseas. It's as simple as that. They're not going to find guys even making $50,000 a year in these developing countries. I don't know what they're talking about, but they are living in their own reality that they've created for themselves. A distorted reality shaped by delusion. And now this is what they get. I said it and I meant it. And I want y'all to when it happens, give me my credit. I said women all around the world are going to be competing for Western men, okay? Women in developing countries all around the world are going to be competing for Western men outside of Western society. Women in all these countries are going to be competing. It's going to be an international competition. I said that you're going to have a bunch of white guys in Africa huddled together with their black African wives behind them, looking like they're getting ready, like decked out in full African tribal gear, looking like they're ready to go on a hunt. I called it. I called it before everyone else. And when y'all see it, I want my credit. I want my credit. And people are going to say, but why are all these white guys going to Africa to get African women when there's all these black women in America? If they want a black woman, why aren't they getting a black woman for America? Because it's culture. Black women in Western society have done so much and created so much disparity that groups of men are now viewing them as a completely separate ethnicity from women in African countries. That bad behavior and masculine energy has created this. It's not that white guys don't like black women. It's that they don't want those kinds of women. They want women who appreciate them. And these women cannot comprehend that. If they are into black women, they want a Candace Owens type woman. She does not have to be the most beautiful woman in the world, but her attitude has to be in check. The way she thinks has to be in check. She has to be respectful. I saw Candace on a podcast. She went on a podcast and, it was a bunch of white dudes. And they were all complimenting her and telling her how beautiful she is and how pretty they think she is. And she was like, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And she accepted the compliment. You cannot compliment black women in Western society. It's a problem not with just black women, but women, period. Because they're on this high horse. They're on this whole, I'm this, I'm Miss, I'm everything, I'm the boss. Yas, queen, yas, yas, queen, yas. They don't even know how to take a compliment. They don't, guys, I will tell you right now, this society that we live in right now where, you have to, if you want to attract a woman in Western society, you have to ignore her, act like you're always busy, and never compliment her because, that's going to signal that she's higher value than you. Guys, this is absolutely abnormal stuff. Absolutely abnormal stuff. This is only happening because of Sims and because of Instagram. It was very normal 20 years ago before social media where you would compliment a woman, and by complimenting her, you were showing her that you were interested in her. And it was actually a good thing because women did not receive compliments usually. In her daily life, guys weren't walking around stopping her on the streets and speaking to her. Guys, it was a whole different world back in those days. It was a whole different world before social media. Women did not receive regular compliments. The only compliments they really ever got is if they walked by a construction site and that construction worker, Tony or whatever his name is, and he goes, "Hey, you're beautiful, you're beautiful." All right, God knew what he was doing when he made you. That guy, that was the only validation they got. That's the only validation they got. Even when they worked on Wall Street with some of those scumbags, those guys weren't telling them that they were beautiful. They would tell them things along the lines of, "All right, so I've got this banana. I'm going to put lotion on this banana. Then you're going to do funny things with this banana, and I'll give you $100 for it." All right. There's actually a book. I forget if it's named like Wall Street, but it literally talks about this stuff. It was some crazy stuff back in the 90s, man. Crazy stuff in the 90s. But that's how things went down. Women were not on top of the world. Society has really changed. And it's because of social media. It's because of simps on social media. It's because of the simp economy, which is $1 trillion economy. But at the end of the day, these women don't realize, and they refuse to accept, that these men don't want them. These men don't want them. It's recreational use only. All right? White men are making it very clear. They don't want Keisha. Instead, they want Candace Owens. What do you guys think regarding this? I want to hear your thoughts on this in the comments, so let's talk about it there. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away, and cheers.